Hello everyone, and welcome to this add-on slash UI guide video. I have seen a lot of people asking about my UI and my add-ons that I'm using, so I decided to make a video about it. So to begin with, I'm using ElvUI. ElvUI is this entire, essentially, total remake of the UI. And with that, I'm also using ElvUI's extension, Shadow and Light. I really enjoyed this add-on because it's let me essentially configure ElvUI even more. For example, this over here is from Shadow and Light. This right here is from Shadow and Light. And if I'm inspecting someone, then it shows up their armor profile, which means you can get a lot more information about people using. And that's armor mode right here, and it should prompt you to enable it during the installation. Now the second part about ElvUI is this bar right here, or the unit frames essentially. So if you want to have the portrait and have it bigger, then you go under unit frames, player frame, and this of course width and height is for the how it looks or how big it is. Then you click on the right sand over here, then you click portraits. Right here you can do whatever you want to enable it. Overlay, 3D, 2D. 2D looks horrible, I think. So 3D looks a lot better. You could do how do you want them to look, camera distance, etc. But the thing is, you need to do this for your target too. So you essentially do the same thing. So I have the exact same settings right here as I do on my target. You can do that with the target frame too. Actually, no, we can't. Never mind. But that's essentially the majority of the questions I have been getting. And then also when it comes to which bars I'm using, I'm a bit crazy, so I just actually use 2 bars here instead of 1. I could easily use 1, but I picked to use 2 instead. So it's bar 3, bar 5, bar 1, bar 2, cast bar, bar 4 and bar 6. Bar 4 and bar 6 are both hidden unless you hover over. I really like this because it's just information that's not necessary during a boss fight, for example, but it's nice to have it anyway out on the screen when you want to access it. That's essentially the entire part of ElvUI, so I'm gonna move on. I use Skada. Actually, and also if you didn't know, you can actually hide these like this. I like it to do it that during boss fights. And I use Skada when it comes to damage meters because it's a lot more lightweight than Recon is. Then we have the action bar saver. I really like this because it allows me to easily switch between Destro, Demo, and PvP. So if I would say ABS restore Destro, it would put all the Destro spells, but I can't right now because I don't have the Destro spec enabled. That's just generally a lot nicer, so you don't have to set up your UI or not your spells every time you wanna switch. Then I use BadBoy add-on, which is essentially blocks, gold spam, etc. I don't like it. It just clutter up the chat. Then I use BigWigs. I use BigWigs because I believe it's better than DBM. It really doesn't matter. Also, I like to pretend I'm using DBM, so even people that, you know, requires you to use DBM, you can still essentially use DBM. This is just a lot more configurable. You know, a lot more with it essentially, and that's why I like it. No specific reasons. This is personal preference. You can use DBM too; it's totally fine, but I don't. Then the next big thing is the Exorsus Raid tools. This add-on is so amazing. Let me just try to find it here. I think it is here. Oh yeah, there it is. This add-on is so amazing because it allows you to easily have raid cooldowns and legendary rings and battle reses, which is not enabled anymore. Here we go. But then you get, like, it's just amazing. You can even fight the logs. Raid inspect. This is also really good if you're a puck leader. But this is not even the best thing about this raid tool, because you can set it up. For example, on Chromog, you could set up where people should go to which hands, and that is so amazing. And you should just get this add-on and actually use it, because I know some people don't, but I do, and my guild did, so you should use it. This part here is called ExtraCD. It just lets you put down on a little bar which kind of add-on or which kinds of buffs you want to use, and I want to use those, or I want to have overview over those 4, and that's why I have them there. And this is actually the only add-on too that I saw that actually tracked your demonic synergy. And not there was some WeakAuras that actually did this too, but I never found a good one for me, so I stick with this one. And then all of those are used to trinkets. Then I use enhanced friend list. Nothing special, just improves the friend list. And then I use WeakAuras. Now I actually only use 2 WeakAuras. Soulburn Haunt essentially tracks my soul burn, and I use the soul shards. So you see here's the number. Every time you proc Nightfall, it actually gives you 1.25 soul shards. So I don't know why, it's probably a bug and they never fixed it. But every 4th soul shard you get 2 instead. So this number lets you track that very easily, and I'm just gonna see if I can show you how it's supposed to work. So you see here it's 1. Now I'm at that to 214. Actually, I can't even proc Nightfall here anyway. But like if you proc Nightfall, then it would give me 125, which is 1.25 soul shards. So every 4th would give you 2 soul shards. So that is extremely useful, so you know how many soul shards you have to play with. And this is of course just good to have the soul burn, how long it is left. Because on Clee fights I tend to focus over here, because here's the player or the boss frames. Especially in Clee fights, because then I know the dots over here, and I never essentially look over here. So I just like having it over here, or the soul burn next to my targets. That's essentially all the important add-ons that I'm using. I have some improvement of life, for example, rarity. I like to keep track of the mounts. Postal used, to collect a lot of mail. Pet attack. If my pet is dead or isn't attacking, this will show up. Pet not attacking, so that's good. This thing, Org tracker, it's not useful anymore, but it was. My roleplay, I don't even know. I think I installed this because my guild was doing like some roleplay event. Is there anything else here? No, that's essentially it. So thank you for watching. I hope this helped you somewhat with my add-ons and whatnot, and I see you next time. Bye bye.